Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
Starting to pick up.
Yep. Well, that'll be great on live, on a podcast.
Hey, we may lose one of these canopies. There it goes.
Oh, boy.
I knew that was going to happen.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Yeah, you're live, Irma. Welcome. What's up, Irma? How you doing? We got you. Hey, we're tapped into your computer there too, where you work. We can actually see you on video. I hacked your computer. So beautiful earrings today, Irma. You're always beautiful. Very nice.
You're so silly.
Here we go. Look at the new face on the show.
I know.
Man, we had to pay Abby big money to be here this morning on Good Morning Huntsville.
Right.
I mean, it depleted our budget, and we are completely exhausted on financial resources now here on Hello Huntsville and Good Morning Huntsville. So thanks a lot, Abby. Appreciate that.
Of course. I would love to be a help.
Yeah, so just kidding. Friends, welcome in episode 103 here today as we get going on a Thursday. Welcome in to Good Morning Huntsville. As always, I'm Rob Hipp, and today joined by Abby. We'll be talking more with Abby here in just a little bit. Abby Albright.
Yes.
So got it, Abby. I know a guy named Taylor Fulbright, and that's why I kept saying Fulbright earlier. But Abby Albright joining us. She works over at the Color Bar. Justin Killingsworth, obviously not here today as he's got a lot going on, but he had messaged me yesterday and say, hey, Abby's going to fill in for me. And so is the title like manager of the Color Bar here in Huntsville? What's the official title?
No, it's just reservation specialist.
Oh, I like
That's
that.
what they call it.
See,
yes.
if I would have known that it's Justin, it would never be like, front desk, any of that. It's going to have this really awesome title, Reservation Specialist at the Color Bar. So we appreciate Abby joining us. As always, we are here on Thursday. Big thank you to Paul Oley of the Gallery for all of your custom photography, framing, and much more. Go by and see Paul. Please let him know that you heard about it here on Good Morning Huntsville and Hello Huntsville. And, of course, a big shout-out to Elliot Herzlich with Elliot's Jewelers. They are our studio sponsor, and we wouldn't be able to be in this space also without Elliot as well. And then, of course, on a Thursday, our Foundation 5 sponsors, the Color Bar, helping to bring all things good here in Huntsville, Texas. Got a great show lined up today. My good friend Robert Lindemann of HITTSS Solutions joining us, also involved with FCA. So we're going to be hearing more from Robert about just his journey, the different, facets of his business. So divisions of his business, if you will. And Abby, I thought you would know that word, since you're the reservation specialist. This is a big title. I'm trying to get my vocabulary up, Abby.
Use those big words.
Yeah.
Use those big words.
Abby, also a student at Sam Houston State University. And, before we bring Robert on, I guess that's kind of where we'll start. Abby, appreciate you being here this morning. And
thank you so much.
Yeah, you bet. And working at the Color Bar. So let us know a little bit more about your story, from kind of Sugar Land, but even a smaller town than that. Let us know a little bit about you, Abby.
Yes. So I originally grew up, I would say, in this super small town. It was called Beasley. It was very homey, but nobody's heard of it. And so I always say that I'm from Sugar Land because it was the biggest town near me, and that's where I went to school. So I graduated at George Ranch. I did graduate during COVID.
Ooh, okay.
I was not the senior class that was drastically impacted, so that was pretty nice. I was able to walk the stage. And then after that, I immediately came to college. I was a healthcare administration major at first because I loved healthcare, but I wanted to be in the business field at some point. And then I also realized that I didn't like business. So I wanted business to go away, and I just changed my major to health sciences. So just kind of a general healthcare major, and I've loved it. So far, I love it. I love Sam. Everything's been really, really, really great.
So how did you find out about Sam Houston State? I mean, obviously you live close to the area, but what really made that connection? Where else were you looking maybe? And then what ultimately drew you into Sam Houston?
I wasn't looking at a ton of colleges, but I would say that A&M was my second choice after Sam. Financial aid was a big part of it. I wanted to go to the place that was able to support me financially the most, but I also didn't want to go somewhere that was super overwhelming to the point where I didn't feel like I could be comfortable at college, if that makes sense. And so Sam had a much more close-knit community and a very, I don't know, they seemed very, family-oriented, if that makes sense.
There you go.
Yeah.
There it is. That's what I was waiting on. And that's what you're going to get in Huntsville, Texas.
Yes,
you're going to get family-friendly. I always say you can hug people and tell them you love them here in Huntsville. Nobody's going to look at you weird.
Exactly.
And I was waiting for you to say kind of that close-knit family, because that is so great to hear, especially from a young person's perspective. And it's cool because you would think maybe, for me, being a little bit older, I would think maybe young people don't really care about that too much anymore. And I don't mean it in a negative way, but you do. So you're a voice for young people saying, hey, you know what? I want to go to a place where I feel like I'm part of something special.
Exactly. It makes you feel close at home. It reminds you of home. It makes you feel like you're doing good. That's what I really liked about it. I wasn't very intimidated. It was really nice. Huntsville is a beautiful place.
Did it kind of remind you a little bit of Beasley? I mean, I know Huntsville obviously bigger than Beasley, but just that maybe the close-knit tightness, did the Huntsville kind of feel like that to you?
No, it did, especially, yeah. And then some of the little shops that we have here also reminded me of that, the cute boutiques, and then everything being either family-owned or small business-owned. It's all so special.
From a student perspective, again, Abby joining us this morning. She is here, Abby Albright. I keep wanting to say Fulbright because of Taylor, man. Taylor, if you're watching, dude, change your last name, man. Abby Albright. Joining us. She is a reservation specialist at the Color Bar here, sitting in for Justin today, but also a sophomore at Sam Houston State University. Do you feel, and going back, I say from a student perspective, do you feel that maybe, do you feel that there's a competition between Sam Houston and other programs around the area, or do you feel like, hey, we're doing our thing and everything's good?
Honestly, I do feel like everything kind of works in unison. I feel like there may be behind the scenes that I'm unaware of, but from what I see as a student, it really does seem like Sam wants everybody to feel connected. And I know that working at the Color Bar, we got a little packet for Sam, and it was welcome the students back so we can decorate the town and make them feel welcome. And that was just one example where I was they really do want everybody connected, not just the university feeling like this isn't just their home.
Yeah.
Huntsville's their home.
You told me earlier, too, before we went on, that you attend a few of the football games. From you as a student, I mean, what would really make it something that every Saturday comes up and you said, I got to be at this game? What would you like to see, just from a student viewpoint? What would you like to see when you would wake up on a Saturday and say, I got to get to the game? What would you really enjoy?
Honestly, I feel like I would enjoy seeing a more enthusiastic student section.
Okay.
I feel like the football games I went to, it was very hot. It was during the fall semester, so it was very, very, very hot. And everybody just kind of seemed down. And so it was my first football game, and I was like, oh, do we not really like this? Like, I wasn't really sure if, like, Sam just wasn't into their football how they should be. But then the second game, they were much more enthusiastic. And so that made me, I was like, yeah, I need the hype that comes out of the student section.
Well, I ask you that question because obviously program is moving on now to the highest level of football. And we're not going to talk a lot of sports, but you know, it's kind of my background, and I think that there's a lot of excitement surrounding this move. I mean, the university's playing Brigham Young University, BYU. 60,000 people are going to be there in Provo, and so I mean that. And I don't know what crowds have been in the past, but that I didn't do my fact checking, but that could maybe be one of the biggest games that Sam's ever played in, and it's just going to continue to get bigger because now they're at this highest level. Have you seen anything, you know, as a student, just kind of maybe surrounding that's really gotten some of the students excited about what's happening and what's changing?
You know, honestly, I have not just yet, especially with this semester. I've been doing a lot of my classes online, so I haven't been super into campus life, which is kind of unfortunate because I do love campus and it's beautiful and I love being involved. But I have not really seen anything, only being kind of online. You know, it's a little hard to feel like I'm staying connected in that side of things.
Well, that's why you're here this morning. We're going to provide that spark for you.
Exactly.
And then you're going to leave here and you're going to be so fired up about this fall semester that you're going to like blanket the universe. Come on, guys, we got to get out to Powers.
Exactly.
Because you got a good attitude and you're like super cheerful and enthusiastic. That's what we need. We need about, you know, maybe 3,000 Abbeys there at the game.
Just clone me a bunch of times.
There you go.
We'll be there. We'll be showing out.
We'll clone them up. Color Bar, how did that journey kind of connect? I know you said earlier, student life, you know, received a packet, so maybe that's how you heard about them. But how did you know, as a student at Sam Houston University, and you're very involved at the Color Bar, by the way. I mean, I know you said reservation specialist, but I thought you were a manager because of how involved you are. How did that connection work, and how did you ultimately land the job that you have there with Justin?
So I was looking all around Huntsville for jobs because this was my first summer away from home, and so it was very scary. And I did want to do everything on my own as well. My family was super loving and wanted to help me as much as they could, but I also was like, okay, let me do it. Like, let me show you that I'm able to do this. So I was looking for jobs everywhere, and the Color Bar, it number one caught my eye because it seemed very fun to me to work in a hair salon. It just sounds like a dream. And then, so I emailed Justin, and I emailed him my resume, and I was like, hey, I'd love to work there. And I spoke with your reservation specialist, and she was lovely, and I just, let me come in for an interview. And so I came in like 2 days later, I think. He was very quick with hiring. And after the interview, I loved it. I interviewed with, her name was Caitlin. She was amazing. She interviewed me, showed me the salon. I met a couple people there, and I was like, wow, everybody's so nice. And my first month working there, I just immediately felt like everybody was family. I felt like they loved me. I felt like they cared. Everything was so fun. And so I've now been there for 3 months, and I'm still loving it. Everybody is still very cheerful and happy, and it's just such a good environment. I really do love it.
That's good. You're past what they call the honeymoon stage in employment. The first month, everybody's, yes, I'm all in, and then after that, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
but you're past it, and you're still enthused, and that's a good sign.
Yes, I love it.
And we knew it would be. Justin does such a great job over there. Whenever you sent the resume, did he reply back like, yo, what it do? Or was it very professional? I just have to ask.
You know, it actually wasn't that professional at all.
Justin, come on, man.
He just kind of said, like, what time are you available for an interview? And gave me 2 times. And I was like, okay, but most interviews I've gotten were these long, drawn-out messages, and he was very short to the point, and I admire that.
Yeah,
it was very strict, stern. It was good.
That's awesome. Really good. Well, Justin does incredible work, and
yes.
I did want to say, by the way, the Color Bar in Huntsville is not going anywhere. So, you know, I ran across someone the other day in the community saying, hey, is the Color Bar, are they shutting? No, they're not shutting down. Justin is an entrepreneur, and so thankful for him and just his go-getting attitude, and he does so much for this community. But you know what? He had a dream when he started the Color Bar to say, I'm going to open up multiple locations. Mm-hmm. And so an opportunity presented itself in Conroe, and he was blessed with that opportunity. So there is a second location in Conroe. And yes, he has a vision to open up more locations, but Huntsville is always going to be home and home base for his business. So the Color Bar is going absolutely nowhere. If anything, it's probably going up now because Abby's there. And 3 months later, people want to come by and see Abby. So go by, see Abby. She will make you feel right at home at the Color Bar.
Yes, come by. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I love it there.
So go by and see her, and she will take care. I know when we came by, we did our hometown spotlight edition of this show, maybe a month ago or so, and you were there, and you just, you felt very welcoming. And I think that's important. And Gayla was there. We had so much fun. So for now, though, we're going to head over to our keyword of the week. It's kickoff. So make sure that you text in the keyword kickoff along with your name. We're giving away a prize today. Abby, showcase this for us real quick if you don't mind.
Of course.
It is a Huntsville Hornet breadboard. So really cool. That is from Saucier Woodworks. And so Jamie Saucier, we appreciate that. And so today, giving away the Huntsville Hornets breadboard. I've also got a T-shirt and a little goodie bag that we'll be giving away today as well. And all you got to do is text in. Maybe you've texted in earlier this week. Well, you could still have a chance to win. All you got to do is text in the word kickoff along with your name. Please put your name so we know that it's you. Kickoff along with your name to 936-339-0139. Again, that's the number 936-339-0139 on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. I'm getting hungry already this morning.
Yeah.
So we'll step aside. We'll take a break. Stay with us. Abby and I will be back in a moment alongside our good friend Robert Lindemann. This is your show, Huntsville. It is Good Morning Huntsville.
There's a place in Huntsville and now in Conroe where you're more than a customer, you're part of the family. A place where style meets comfort and every visit feels like a treat. Welcome to the Color Bar Hair Salon. From the moment you walk in, our friendly stylists work to create a look that's perfect for you. Whether it's a fresh cut, a vibrant new color, or a blowout for that special occasion, at the Color Bar, we've got you covered. We pride ourselves on creating an environment where our guests can relax, enjoy a beverage, and let us do the pampering. We use top-notch products like Kevin Murphy and Orby, and even offer Valami hair extensions for those looking to add a little extra flair. And when it's got to be perfect, we ensure you leave looking and feeling your best self. But don't just take our word for it. Book a reservation or buy a gift card online and experience it firsthand. Visit us online at colorbartx.com and discover why, at the Color Bar Hair Salon, you get an experience that goes beyond. The Color Bar, where you belong. See you soon. This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted, family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas. Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life.
When you live and work in the town where you were born and raised, Lots of people become just like family. I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Over the years, we've shared a lot of good times and some tough times, and I'm honored to be the one you call on in your time of need. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, our goal is to help our neighbors in need and always provide the most outstanding service available, even on those really tough days. I thank you for your trust in us. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we're here for you.
Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life.
We're going to talk about the football game?
We're going to talk about it, Robert, because we're live right now. We're going to talk about that football game.
Okay.
But, Robert, I want you to start rapping. You ready? Here we go. Yo, it's Robert Lindemann, FCA. HITTSS Solutions is in this house all day. Oh, what can you say? We got our friend Abby.
Yeah.
Oh, that was terrible. That was not good at all.
That was good.
That was not good at all. Abby's being way too nice. Sally Dowis joining us this morning here on Good Morning Huntsville. Welcome in. She said, hello, Huntsville, Rob and Abby. And I love this because we call Justin J. Killa. She says, I miss you, J. Killa.
J. Killa.
J. Killa. What is his nickname at the Color Bar, Abby?
JK.
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 But he's not joking.
No,
he's not joking.
He's never joking.
Well, he jokes a little bit. Does
JK.
he ever joke?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say, man.
No, he's very funny.
Okay, all right. Welcome back in. We are here. Thanks for joining us this morning on another edition of Good Morning Huntsville as we celebrate all things good happening here in our community. And again, Abby joining us this morning in for Justin Killingsworth. Abby Albright, she is the
Reservation specialist.
Reservation specialist at the Color Bar, and we are now joined by our good friend Robert Lindemann, HITTSS Solutions. What's going on, man?
Good morning.
Morning.
Good to see you.
It's all good.
Lindy, Lil. What's your nickname? I'm trying to think of one. There isn't one.
Coach.
What up? What up, Coach?
Yeah.
What up, Coach? Good to see you. Here, I'm going to do one thing real quick, Robert. I'm going to turn this right here, and I'm going to put that little fuzzy back on. There we go. So good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
You're looking good in New Waverly Maroon.
I wore it especially today.
Man, you are just rocking and rolling. By the way, HITTSS Solutions, our broadcast booth sponsor. So whenever we do the games, we say, welcome back into the HITTSS Solutions broadcast booth here at Lion Stadium. That's what it's going to be Friday.
In Teague.
Yeah, so in Teague.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Thank you for the opportunity to sponsor.
And thank you for doing it, man.
Yes.
It's exciting. So we are here. Again, welcome back in on a Thursday. Appreciate everybody joining us. The Color Bar is our Thursday sponsor. Big shout out to the Color Bar. Visit them here in Huntsville, now at their second location in Conroe, Texas. Abby joining, filling in for Justin. Also a big thank you to Elliot Herzlich of Elliot's Jewelers for sponsoring our studio, and Paul Oley of the Gallery. Well, Abby and I had a fun first segment. We're going to keep that fun going, Abby, with Mr. Lindemann here. What nickname would you give Robert, Abby? Do you got any nicknames like flying around right now?
No, I don't. But I'm going to think of one, and I will let you know, I promise.
Okay.
It'll be really fun.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to, like, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like our dog, our money.
We need to think of something that's fitting.
Our sizzle.
Oh, that's a good one.
What would be something for like a coach? You know, what is a coach nickname? I don't even know of any, because coaches are pretty serious.
Yeah,
most of the time.
Yeah, so Robert, let us know, man, what's going on in your world. I wanted to dig in. You've been on the show before, but your business, HITTSS Solutions, helping to instruct the stars to shine. I love the name of the business. That is how it started. 3 different divisions. I know 2 that we really focus on, talking about player development. And I'm not talking like player development. Like, man, I want to learn how to be a player. I'm going to go holler at Robert. He's going to teach me. I'm a player.
Oh, no, none of that.
Not that kind of player
none of that.
We're talking baseball and softball.
Correct.
Player development.
Yes.
Let us know just a little bit, maybe about your journey to Huntsville, and then we'll dig in and talk about player development first, man.
The journey to Huntsville.
The journey to H-Town.
I came here for a job working at Region 6 Education Service Center back in 2015. That was a great opportunity to work there. If you don't know what Region 6 does, it's one of 20 service centers in the state of Texas that helps provide professional development for the schools in the area. There's 56 school districts in Region 6, and Region 6 provided services for those schools. Still do. Still in operation. So that's what brought me here. And then I've always, I have a coaching background. Started my player development when I got here at Cape Bar Ross.
Baseball and softball player development.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, that kind of development at Cape Bar Ross. But every time I started a lesson, a team would come in and I would get booted off out of the cages. And so I said, I got to get my own place. And so in 2020, out in Crabs Prairie, 2 acres and a house with the 30 by 60 metal building was there, came available for me to purchase, and I did. And so that's where HITTSS Solutions is home now.
That's great. So,
yes.
And you're making such an impact, Robert, on young people. You know, one of my favorite things when I first met you is I just, kind of like Abby, I was telling her earlier, I love your enthusiasm. And you have, and I've told you this, I'm going to say it publicly now just to get it out there. You do have I wouldn't say a hidden gift because it's out in the open now, but you have an unbelievable gift to connect with people and inspire people. And I saw that you gave a presentation. I told you this before at our preferred partners meeting. I said, man, you ought to start speaking in front of business groups as well, because I left that meeting fired up. In fact, I had to get this brick fixed behind me because when I came back, I punched a hole through it.
Oh, wow.
So one of those type of speeches. Just kidding. I didn't do that. I mean, I'm pretty weak. I wouldn't have been able to punch through that old school brick. But I'm serious though. I mean, that you have just a very God-given talent to connect with people. And especially even, as I look at it as an adult, but especially with young people, what have you learned just through this process, and what brings you the most joy helping these young people just get better at their craft in softball and baseball?
Seeing people shine, just helping them in whatever area of their life they need help with. I get fired up about just helping people. So however I can do that, I do it.
Let us know a little bit more about how that process works. Maybe there's a parent here today that's saying, you know what, I've got a daughter that's playing softball, or a son that's interested in playing baseball. What age do you start working with? And let us know a little bit more about that side of the business on the player development and how that works.
6 years old is when we start, and we go all the way through college. I don't have any professional players coming out yet, but maybe some of those college players will become professionals and give me a plug.
Yeah, for sure.
That'll be nice.
How does it work, though? I mean, if someone's interested, how do they get started? How do they connect with you? Those kind of things.
Well, they can go to the website, HITTSS.com. Better yet, call me. Can I give them my number?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
512-429-2491. That's an Austin number.
429.
2491.
2491.
Yes, 512-429-2491. HITTSS Solutions.
Gotcha. Yeah, just put it up there on the screen. So call Robert. By the way, it's Huntsville, so we voluntold you. Don't just not call him. Get on the phone right now and call him. Call him on this show right now. No, don't do that. 512-429-2491 is the number. Did I get that correctly?
Yes.
Okay. So, and that's the number to call. And you know what? I'm excited because Braylon is 22 months old, so she's still got about 4.5 years to where she can come see you. Caden's just born. He just turned 7 weeks old on Monday. But I'm going to tell you what, 7 weeks old already, that quick. Mm-hmm. And don't go anywhere, Robert, because I want them to be coached by you.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's special. Thank
I know
you.
it's like 5 years down the road, but it's going to happen.
Yes.
So, what is something that you teach these young people? I wanted you to kind of dig more into, not just the fundamentals, which is one thing that you do, but talk about the whole spectrum of services whenever you are coaching up young people.
Well, when they first come out, we do an evaluation to see what skill level they're at. The biggest thing with players, and 2 things they can always control, is their attitude and their effort. So we work on the attitude a lot. They have to have a positive attitude if they're going to be successful playing the sport. We just go through the basics of hitting. We teach them a strategy on how to do it. Do you know there's 5 C's to be a successful hitter? Confidence. You have to have confidence is the first thing. Communication, concentration, control, and then connect with the ball. Make contact.
I was thinking Coke Zero because I drink a lot of Coke Zero every day.
I'm fixing to add a sixth C.
Coke Zero.
Not Coke Zero.
Don't do that.
Consistency.
I love it.
You have to have a consistent swing.
Man, that's great. And so so it's just, it's the fundamentals, but then you're also teaching life lessons to these young people. When you talked about confidence and those kind of things, do you ever have young people that come in just really frustrated and maybe they feel like, I can't do this, I can't do this, and how do you approach that and how do you help them overcome that?
Well, we set a goal, put a plan together. We just talk through it. They know they have to. Well, they don't know. Well, eventually they will know. They have to have confidence. And when we work on that confidence all the time. In the mental side of the game, little tricks that I teach them. I don't want to give them all out here on the show. They have to come out to see me to get these tricks. But little strategies, little steps to help them along the way to build up that confidence, and we build on that confidence. We have a power hitting program that some other coaches and I put together, and we measure the strength of a hitter. We don't do the exit velocity. It's an expensive piece of equipment. We just have this measurement that we do, and the players can see that they're getting stronger with their swing, and that builds up their confidence.
Man, that's great. Again, Robert Lindemann joining us of HITTSS Solutions and the player development side of his business here today as we're talking about all things good in Huntsville. And Robert, you are one of those pieces of all things good here in the community, inspiring young people, lifting them up and encouraging them. And I encourage you this morning, maybe you've got a young person that's interested. And what about maybe if someone's not even really maybe do you ever have someone that comes in that doesn't play for a team, but they just want to learn the game? Have you ever had that experience?
Yes, I have. Yes, a father brought his two boys in just to learn how to swing a bat. And so if they went out into the world and somebody said, hey, let's play some backyard softball, at least the two boys would know how to do that.
Yeah, and that's something, whenever I hold a bat, it feels weird, and I need to come by and see you because I need to learn. See, you line up the knuckles, right?
Right.
It's kind of like golf. You line up like your thumbs.
Right.
So, and that, did you ever play softball or baseball, Abby?
No, I'm sitting over here like I have no idea.
I used to be a stickler. You have to do it this way. Okay. But I'm a student of the game, so I study the game. And a lot of batters, they hold their hands different ways. The most important thing is just for the kids to make contact. If they're trying to learn it the correct way, I show them how to line up their knuckles. And then you got these two little fingers that stick up.
All right, Abby, let's try this. You ready? We're learning right now. Okay, here we go.
I'm already confused. Okay.
Don't worry, Abby. I'm confused. Okay, hold on. What do I do on the bottom here? I swing this way. Does this mean I'm a right-handed?
Yes.
I'm a right-hander. Even though I'm left-handed, I swing right.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Okay, so what do I do here, Robert?
Okay. Put these two. Okay.
Just like this.
Can I borrow this?
Yeah.
Okay. Knock on this with your other hand.
All right.
You do it. The other hand. Okay, those knuckles have to line up.
Ah, okay. So it's these right there. Okay, I got you.
Your knocking knuckles have to line up.
There you go. Okay.
And then when these two little fingers go up, they say, hi, Abby, how are you? Hi, Rob, how are you?
What's up, player?
See, you laugh. Okay? Okay. We make it fun. If you're not having fun playing a sport, you might as well quit.
Yeah, okay.
So, hi, Rob, how are you? So if these fingers are sticking up and talking to you, then your knuckles are lined up correctly.
Okay, so are they talking or mine talking?
Yeah, look and say, hi, Rob, how are you?
Hey, what's up, player? What you doing?
Yeah.
I'm here on the show. Hi, how y'all doing? Okay, they're talking.
Right. That's the first step right there.
And then,
line your knuckles up.
I never knew that. Mm-hmm. So, man, see, we're getting a whole class here today on Good Morning Huntsville. So
advertisement.
Robert, I think it's great, man. If there's a young person out there, we just had a little bit of fun and 10 seconds there. Just imagine that. But it's also a serious aspect of it. And Robert's going to teach you that. I know him personally. Robert's a great friend. And he's going to help your young person build confidence, inspire them, whether you're 6 years old or all the way at the collegiate level. You have coached a lot of young people. How long ago did you start doing this, Robert?
2010. Start doing private lessons. I was still coaching high school baseball at the time. And so I would work with some kids on the side.
Where were you coaching high school ball at?
Thorndale.
That's right.
The Thorndale Bulldogs.
So Thorndale and Thorndale Bulldogs and Thrall Tigers. I always get the towns confused.
Right. Oh, don't confuse them. It's a big rivalry there.
Are they the same, like 2A, both of them?
Yes.
Wow.
Same district.
It's only like a 5-minute drive between the two towns.
Correct.
So it's not that far.
Right.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Robert joining us this morning. Robert Lindemann. We did have a nickname, by the way, for Robert Lindemann that just came in. I like this one. This is from Randolph Thompson of Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine.
Hey, Randy, how's it going?
Yeah, he said right here, nickname for him, and you know this, Rob the Realtor. There you go, man.
Rob the Realtor. Thank you, Randy.
Rob the Realtor. So appreciate that, Randy, coming in. And we're going to have more nicknames as it goes up. Our good friend, too, Prison City, joining us. Jeep guy saying, batter up. I like this. Swing for the fence today.
Right.
You know what, man? Don't just wake up this morning and just kind of say, it's just going to be a laissez-faire kind of fly-through day. No, man, get out there, Abby. Swing for the fence. Batter up. See, we can use the baseball terminology in our lives. We're already using it thanks to Prison City.
That's right.
So appreciate that comment coming in.
Right.
Mitchell Ray, he said commitment a while ago, too. Was that one of the C's, commitment?
No.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
That is a good one.
So he sent that one in. Our good friend Russell Humphrey joining us this morning.
Hey, Russell.
Saying, let's go Huntsville. Always great to see Russell. And then our friend, we were nervous. We didn't think she was joining us anymore because maybe Jerica, we didn't want to scare you off because we always bring up Jerica on the show every day. But she is here listening in from Fargo, North Dakota.
Wow.
You betcha.
Wow.
So
I wonder if I'll get any players from Fargo to come down to Huntsville.
Yeah. So maybe, Jerica, I don't know if you guys have, someone that coaches up there, but it's so cool in our journey. And this is why I'm bringing this up real quick. Maybe today this is the inspiration. I always try to find an inspirational part of our show, and really I'll come in and don't know what it is. But just like Jerica joining us every morning, I know we have fun and we joke around, but she really does. She joins us almost every morning from Fargo. Bridget and I were up there for 8 months, short 8 months, loved the people, loved the place, wanted to get back home to be close to family. You all know the story. But here's the inspiration today, that you never know who you're going to cross paths with in life. And that's why it's so important to always have an attitude of gratitude and realize that even if you're having a bad day, you don't have to be a victim of that circumstance, but you are in the circumstance, but don't live in it. But even if you're having a bad day, always try to find joy in everything that you do, because that joy is going to impact somebody else, and it's going to help them through a tough situation. Did you know just you saying hello to somebody could literally save their life? They may be going through the worst thing that they've ever been battling. And just telling somebody hello, that person could have been 10 years where nobody spoke to them. And so today, be mindful of who you cross paths with, friends, especially in our community. We're in such a loving community where people want to be involved. They want to lift each other up. But as you're going through this day today, be mindful of everyone that you cross paths with. I'm not telling you to say hello to every single person. Now, Braylon does that, my little girl, 22 months old. She goes, hi, hello, everywhere we go. It's like, hello, hello, people at HEB. Always, it's fun for her. That's like her go-to. It's so cool. I don't need all these electronics and doodads to keep her entertained. We just put her in the shopping cart, and she has a heyday. But it's seriously, cool. You think about a child saying hello and how much joy that brings to somebody. You can do the same thing. All you got to do is say hello. Don't be afraid. You see someone walking by. Have you ever had that tug, Abby, sometimes that maybe somebody's walking by and you're like, oh, should I say hi or should I not? And then you do, and you're like, I'm so glad I told that person hello.
Always. That happens really consistently. And with compliments, too. I feel like I always want to give people compliments, and I always see things that I love about them or that I think is different. But I get so choked up and nervous about it. But then I tell myself, like, why are you nervous?
Yep.
You're telling them something kind.
And people need that. Right. I shared a story here that about Lakewood Church and Dodie Osteen, who is kind of the matriarch of that church. Her and John Osteen founded that church years and years ago. Of course, big church down in Houston. Their son Joel pastors it now. But someone had told, a doctor had told Dodie she had, I believe it was polio growing up. She's 90-something years old, still goes to every service. Her husband, unfortunately passed away in 99, but she's still there, still involved. And one of her legs is shorter than the other because that's what polio did to young people growing up. And that was a big issue we didn't have to face it in our generation, but, and you were on the tail end of it, I would assume, Robert, and I'm saying the tail end of it. I'm giving you some props here, Robert.
Yes.
On the tail end of it.
Yes.
But it was a big deal. And a doctor had told Dodie, they said, you're just as beautiful as a princess. And, to this day, she said that changed her life and what she thought about herself. And even to this day, she still shares that story. I talked about it on the show, so those of you that are maybe just joining us, you didn't hear this, but those that are engaged have heard it before. But she still thinks about that at 90-plus years old, thinking about that doctor telling her that she was as beautiful as a princess. Oh. And so you never know the impact. So that's kind of the word today. And just be a good steward to those that are around you. And always be on the lookout for somebody who needs a hello or a thank you. because literally that could save that person's life. You never know.
I agree with you 100%.
We got Robert Lindemann here today. Also, Abby Albright joining us. And you know, earlier I was joking around and I said, man, Taylor, change your last name because I'm getting it confused. I keep wanting to. Guess what? Guess who's joining us? Taylor Fulbright is joining us. He was laughing about that earlier, saying LOL. A little bit of laugh going out there. Also, a big good morning to Rhonda Malden saying hello this morning. Jamie Saucier of Saucier Woodworks. We're giving away some great gifts this week thanks to Saucier Woodworks and Jamie. And he is saying good morning as well. And I want to go back to the top. Kyle Kreiner was the first one to join in. Good morning to you, Kyle. Thanks for joining us. And also our good friend who joins us every morning as well, Jennifer Augustinetti, saying good morning. It's Thankful Thursday. So have a blessed Thursday. Before we take a break, I'm going to ask you guys, Abby, what are you thankful for on Thankful Thursday?
I would say that I'm thankful for the nice weather outside. I feel like it's been cooler. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I feel like it's been much cooler, especially in the morning. So when I was walking this morning, felt great.
So you were out walking this morning, nice cool air. That's what you're thankful for. Great.
I am.
Robert, what are you thankful for on Thankful Thursday?
Another opportunity to do God's work and serve others.
Oh man, you just
That's
took
a
it
good
up.
one.
You just took it up a whole nother level.
I know, you did.
Where the rhythm is the bass and the bass is the treble. You remember that song back in the day?
No.
I'll never sing that again, ever.
Yes.
All right, let us know what you're thankful for out there today, friends. Before we take a break, do want to remind you today and the rest of this week until 8 a.m. tomorrow, the keyword is kickoff along with your name. So text in the word kickoff along with your first name on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line at 936-339-0139. Again, that number, text it in, 936-339-0139. We'll step aside. We're going to take another break. When we come back, let's learn a little bit more about the real estate side of the business, Robert, and then we'll dig into FCA. How does that sound?
Sound like a plan.
And then we're also going to come up with some nicknames during our break, and then we're going to reveal those for Robert Lindemann.
Perfect.
On that bag. So Abby's got some, too. She's thinking of them, so we'll get them going, Abby. For now, though, we'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. It's your show, as always. Good morning, Huntsville. Thanks for waking up with us.
There's a place in Huntsville and now in Conroe where you're more than a customer, you're part of the family. A place where style meets comfort and every visit feels like a treat. Welcome to the Color Bar Hair Salon. From the moment you walk in, our friendly stylists work to create a look that's perfect for you. Whether it's a fresh cut, a vibrant new color, or a blowout for that special occasion, at the Color Bar, we've got you covered. We pride ourselves on creating an environment where our guests can relax, enjoy a beverage, and let us do the pampering. We use top-notch products like Kevin Murphy and Orby, and even offer Valami hair extensions for those looking to add a little extra flair. And when it's got to be perfect, we ensure you leave looking and feeling your best self. But don't just take our word for it. Book a reservation or buy a gift card online and experience it firsthand. Visit us online at colorbartx.com and discover why, at the Color Bar Hair Salon, you get an experience that goes beyond. The Color Bar, where you belong. See you soon.
When you live and work in the town where you were born and raised, lots of people become just like family. I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Over the years, we've shared a lot of good times and some tough times, and I'm honored to be the one you call on in your time of need. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, our goal is to help our neighbors in need and always provide the most outstanding service available, even on those really tough days. I thank you for your trust in us. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we're here for you.
Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life.
Back at it here. Rob Hipp alongside Abby Albright, Robo Coach, joining us here. What's up, Robo Coach? How you doing, man?
Robo Coach.
Robo Coach. That's why I had that little techno kind of 80s synthesizer. That's a tough one, man. I get a list saying synthesize. That's a tough word. Try to say that. Synthesize.
Synthesizer.
Yes.
Synthesizer.
I almost, it's like, man, I'm not knocking, but it's like, I got a lisp saying that. A lisp saying synthesizer.
It's just not coming out.
Man, it's definitely not working.
Synthesizer.
Welcome back. I don't even know what we're talking about that here on Good Morning Huntsville, what we are. Welcome in. Hey, by the way, our good friend Bill Doggett is out in the middle of the ocean a couple of days ago. He sent us, I'm going to have to dig this up. He sent us a photo of Hello Huntsville, our beverage cup that, what do you call those? Like like your thing. What do you call that?
Tumbler.
Yeah, like a tumbler. That's exactly what it is. I couldn't think of the name. Did they call it tumbler when you were growing up? Like they didn't call it tumbler when I was. We called them thermos. Remember, like the thermos?
Yes.
That was the big thing back then. So everything you had was like a thermos, even if it wasn't a thermos.
Right.
Abby's like, "What are y'all talking about?"
That's back in the day.
Yeah.
It had like, you remember those things had like the flannel pattern on them?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? So it was like a flannel pattern tumbler back in the day, and it was a company called Thermos that made them, and everything we had was called a thermos.
Right.
Yeah, it was basically what's the big brand now that everybody has? That's
Yeti.
Yeti. It's basically a Yeti back in the day.
That's what we did. We called all of them Yetis.
Yeah.
It's like, even if it wasn't the Yeti brand, it'd be like, oh, that's a Yeti cup.
Yep. So for us, it was a thermos.
I don't know
so.
what that. Arctic.
Yeah,
Oh,
Arctic.
Arctic.
Yeah, they got. I remember when RTIC Arctic, when they first came out, they were selling them at Walmart, I believe. And they resembled the Yetis 100%. Exactly. They had to change their design because they get a little lawsuit coming at them. But I loaded up on these little Yeti cups because they were only Arctic cups. See, there you go. I was calling them Yeti.
Yeah.
And they were only like $5 a piece. Man, they had them on clearance, and I bought a ton of them and resold them for $20 a piece. People were eating them up. And I was like, they're still cheaper than the Yetis that were like $50. Rip off.
Right.
So.
And the Arctic still work.
The Arctic works perfectly fine, but I don't even know why we brought all that up. We were talking about something, thermos, Arctic, I don't
Tumblers.
know. Tumblers.
Bill Doggett in the ocean.
Bill Doggett in the ocean tumbler, and he took a picture of it right in the middle of the Atlantic. They were in between the two hurricanes, by the way, and he's on a Carnival cruise. So I'll have to try to dig that photo up because he sent that to me, and I said, man, that is really cool that Hello Huntsville is now literally reaching. Quite literally reaching the the coast now.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool, and I was trying to find that photo. I'll try to pop it up on the screen here in just a little bit. Yeah. Here we go. Hold on. Let me.
Was he in international waters?
You'll be able to answer that question better than I. Because I don't know international waters, like where the boundary is.
You could say your show is now international.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where the boundary is, but here I'm going to show this on the screen. For those of you on the audio, obviously you can't see this. But for those of you on the video, you can. So this was Hello Huntsville in the middle of the ocean. Check that out. We were literally right there in the middle of the ocean.
Wow.
And Bill had sent this photo to me that is where they were at the time. I don't know if I can zoom into that. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to zoom into it. But that is where they were at the time. So there's a hurricane that hit the Florida coast, the other one there to the east. And he was right in the middle. I mean, you talk about being right in the middle of, smack dab in the middle of two major storms. There he was.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, Bill, thanks for sharing that with us. I thought it was kind of cool that, we were out there in the middle of the ocean. Hello, Huntsville.
Yeah. It looked like he was in international waters.
Yeah, so he was there. We are international now.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
So I want to welcome everybody in, by the way. We didn't welcome folks in with our hospitality for those of you that are joining us this morning on the Spirit Radio FM app. So thank you for joining there. If you're driving and you enjoy listening to this show, we encourage you, don't go on Facebook, don't go on YouTube, don't go on LinkedIn. Download the Spirit Radio app. You can listen to this show every single morning. Super simple. Go to spiritradio.fm is the website. Again, it is super simple to go to, just spiritradio.fm. And if you head over to that website, if you're on a desktop computer, really cool thing is you'll be able to actually listen to the show right from the website. But, and look right there, it says the Color Bar, Good Morning Huntsville, so we're already on. Oh. But if you're on your phone and you go to the website and you click on Download App or tap on Download App, whether you're on Android or iPhone, it's going to recognize which device you're on, and then it's going to automatically redirect you to the appropriate App Store or Google Play Store to download the app. And so the reason we encourage you to go there and to get the app is because if you're driving, our app actually runs in the background, and so you can Bluetooth it into your car. It's no different than FM radio. It's a button just like your radio. And so you just tap the app, you're good to go, and bam, bam, you're listening to the show on your way in.
Bam, bam.
Bam, bam.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna talk real estate here in just a few moments with Robert Lindemann. Again, Robert Lindemann joining us. The Color Bar is our Thursday co-host, and a big thank you to Elliott's Jewelers, Paul Oley as well, for sponsoring here from the gallery. But we do, before we get into that real estate talk, Robert, we got some nicknames that came through here for Robert Lindemann, all right? We already said Robo-Coach.
Robo-Coach.
Or would it be Robo-Coach? What do you think, Abby? Because his name's Robert. Robo-Coach?
I think it's Robbo. I think that's what it is. Robbo Coach.
Someone suggested this one. Realty Rob. Real estate Realty Rob. Diamond Bob.
Oh, Diamond Bob.
What's up, old Diamond Bob? Old Debo, what you up to, old boy?
Diamond Bob.
Is that what they say? What was that town again?
Beasley.
Beasley, is that what they say in Beasley? What up, old Diamond Bob, boy? What you doing down there?
Diamond Bob.
Diamond Bob. Oh, Faithful Rob.
Uh-huh.
Faithful Rob.
Oh,
I
Faithful
like that.
Rob. Oh, Faithful Rob. That's Christmas Tree, oh, Christmas Tree I was singing to the tune of.
Yes, you could be Faithful Rob.
Triple Threat Rob.
Triple Threat.
What's up, TTR?
Oh, TTR.
Triple Threat. What's Triple Threat in baseball? There like a terminology for baseball, like Triple Threat?
No.
Yeah, like Triple Threat. You got 3 people on the bags. Triple Threat. That's what I call it. I make up my own stuff.
As bases loaded.
Yeah, but I call it Triple Threat because bases loaded is so cliche. Oh, the bases. Nah, Triple Threat, man. See, I like that better.
Yeah.
I come up with my own terminology. I get so tired of like the same words for sports. Let's come up with our own. Somebody had to say bases loaded. Somebody came up with that term.
Right.
So, you know what? Triple Threat. We got a Triple Threat right now out there on the diamond. Boom.
Right.
Started right here on this show. Triple Threat Rob. Oh, Swing Master Lindemann.
Swing Master.
Ooh.
Okay.
Swing Master. How about Home Run Rob?
Okay.
For your next real estate deal, you can knock it out of the park with Home Run Rob. Online at HITTSSolutions.com.
Oh, that's catchy.
There you go. Pastor Pitcher.
Pastor Pitcher.
What's up, Pastor Pitcher? Don't say that one real fast. So.
No.
Fielder Faith. Fielder Faith. Yeah. I kind of like Home Run Rob. MVP Realtor. All right. So, and here's something with your name. Robert the Realtor. Robert Pitch Perfect. Coach Robert. That's just that one's just what it is.
Yes.
Robert Faithfielder. Robert Home Run. Robert Youth Mentor. Hi, Robert Youth Mentor. How you doing?
That's a mouthful.
That's a little formal, I feel.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Robert Youth Mentor. Robert Diamond King.
Diamond King.
What up,
Diamond King.
What up, DK? Donkey Kong. Diamond King. What up, DK? At DK, have it your way. Burger King.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Abby? At BK, have it your way.
Yeah. BK.
Robert Triple Play and Realtor and Coach. Robert, there you go.
Yes.
I'm going to vote for. I like Diamond Bob, man.
Diamond Bob.
What up, Diamond Bob? Diamond in the rough, baby.
Yes. We had another coach when I was coaching. It was Coach Lieberman, and I was Coach Lindemann. So sometimes the players got confused, and so I would go to Coach L. And so some of the younger players got smart and started calling me Coach Rob, which didn't bother me at all because they weren't disrespectful. And so still today I'm Coach Rob with them.
Love it, man.
So
still have a few more comments. We're going to get into the real estate side, Robert, here in just a second. Irma Dowden chiming in earlier. She said, I'm thankful for safe travels yesterday to Louisiana for my sister-in-law's retirement celebration after 37 years of service in the military human resource department. It's going to be a big day for Lisa Dowden. Congratulations to Lisa.
Yes, congratulations. That's terrific.
Yeah, and thank you for your service. Justin Killingsworth, Jay Killa, by the way, said thankful for my amazing, fun staff.
Oh, that's
so,
good.
Abby, he may have been talking about you.
I mean, he might have been.
Our friend Caitlin joining us as well, saying good morning, Abby.
Good morning.
So she was chiming in. A few more folks, too, as I like what Russell Humphrey said earlier. Be an ambassador of life. I like that. You know what? Be an ambassador of life. And more comments coming in as well. Kyle Kreiner, by the way, was talking about Bill Doggett. He said maybe he can give an hourly hurricane update. So he might,
by the minute.
We're going to have to check in with him again. Robert Lindemann here with us. I know we're bouncing around like we always do. Man, when you come into this studio, brother, it's like a tennis ball off the walls, man. You never know.
Now it'll be pickleball.
It will be pickleball. Kicking in the ADD. Real estate side of the business. Robert Lindemann, HITTSS Solutions Realty. Dive into the real estate side. How did this get started, and what are you looking forward to? What are you doing in real estate, my friend?
Well, I have a banking background. I worked at a bank for 15 years. I was a loan officer, and the banker that I worked for, Mr. Hager, had a real estate business, and he encouraged me to get my real estate license. And I did that for just working under him on the side. And then he came to me one day and said, "Hey, I'm no longer going to be your broker. You need to get your broker's license." And so back in 2012, I got my broker's license, and so I'm able to work for myself now. So, and I have a couple of agents that work with me, if I can give a plug to them.
Yeah, please do, man.
Yeah, Karen Denman, she's an agent that works with me.
I've heard of her. She's here on Mondays with me.
Oh, yeah, on Mondays, yes. Karen's everywhere.
Yeah,
yes.
she is.
Yes, and then my nephew back in HUTTSS, Texas, Ed Lindemann, he's an agent that works with me as well. So
awesome.
We're kind of all over the state of Texas.
I love the mustache that Ed has. Yes. I saw that, man. That dude. You need to grow out the mustache, Robert.
Oh, it'd be all gray.
That's wisdom.
Wisdom
fibers.
Yes.
What do you specialize in? What types of real estate, Robert?
Residential, then farm and ranch. Dabble a little bit in commercial, but that's not my expertise. But I'm always trying to help somebody out, so I'll do anything to help them out, either buy it or sell it and go from there. So real estate intrigues me. There's always a different aspect to every piece of property. It's very interesting. And I got into the business, because my boss told me I needed to get into the business. But I got into the business really to help people, because sometimes people are taken advantage of, and I just got in to help them. I started the business by helping friends, and that's kind of grown into not a full-time job because I have other stuff going on, but a good part-time job.
I don't say this, is like a bragging thing. I say it because I want to inject some knowledge, especially in some young people like Abby's lives. I had an opportunity. I was paying rent, and so I'm imagining right now you're probably living somewhere paying rent, correct? I was paying rent, had a job, wasn't making a ton of money, but I was making enough to pay rent. I did a side-by-side comparison, and I said I could buy a house for less than I was paying in rent. And an opportunity came up, and I don't know if that's the case nowadays. I mean, but it could be. And I did a side-by-side comparison. I said, you know what, I could make this work. And at 20 or 21. No, 2006. 2006. So if let me do the math. Well, let's just say it was in my very young 20s, because it'll take me like 5 minutes to do the math. So in my very young 20s, I made the decision. And a lot of people, Robert, encouraged me not to. They said, this is going to put too much anxiety, too much stress in your life. You're going to be held down by this. And I'll never forget people tell me that. But then I had one person say, you know what? You got an opportunity to invest. They said the two things that you should always find a way to get involved in is either banking or real estate. They said if you do those two things, you can't go wrong. So I ended up buying a house in my early 20s because it was cheaper than I was paying in rent. And so maybe and let me say it like this, it paid off huge, because we had that house for 15 years almost. Georgetown had grown like crazy. Bought the house for $114, sold it for considerable more than what we had paid. In 15 years of payments, I'd paid it off quite a bit. Well, we didn't have the money to fix it up. The guy that bought it from me fixed it up and flipped it, doubled what I had sold it for. But it was such a good investment. I'd have to pay taxes on any of that because there's like a cap. I think it's like $250,000 or something. I don't know the accounting. But, if I gave you $250,000 right now, Abby, you're going to have to pay tax on that. But if it's through a real estate transaction up until a certain amount, you don't have to pay tax on it. That's all your money. And so that was the smartest decision that I ever made, because we were able to take money from that. And eventually that's where we bought our house here in Huntsville, put down a good down payment. So our mortgage payments are considerably lower than what it would have been if we only had just maybe 5% to put down. And so where I'm going with this, Robert, what message do you have for a young person, maybe like an Abby that's here today, about real estate and why, if they have an opportunity, maybe some advice for young people out there?
Buy. Yeah, if you can. I know it's tough, when you first start out because you don't have money for a down payment, but there are programs out there for first-time home buyers where you don't have to have a down payment. So I know you get the other decisions, other factors that go into making that decision. Are you going to stay in Huntsville after you graduate, or are you going to move off? But when you kind of know where you're going to live, I would encourage you to buy.
Perfect.
So
yeah,
we did it.
I mean, no, that makes sense.
And I walked out of that real estate transaction when I bought my first home. I actually walked out of there with a $1,500 check. Not only did I put nothing down, but I walked out of it with a $1,500 check. So we worked the deal. I was like, I'll buy this house under this condition and blah, 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 blah. And they agreed to 75% of it. Got a check for $1,500 when I walked out of the deal. And that was because there were some windows that needed replaced. Little tic-tac things. Breath mints. I call them tic-tacs.
Yes.
Little breath mint things that I was like, you know what, man? I'll buy the house if this, this, and this. And so, but it was the best decision I ever made. And so maybe, even if you come across, perfect example is Lake Buchanan. There was a lot out there for sale, and this is in the hill country. Small lot, 10 by 90 maybe, 0.11 acres, whatever that is. 10 by 90 would be really small.
Yes.
Sorry. It's more like 60 by 90.
Right.
Yeah, not 10 by 90.
Yeah.
That would have been real straight and narrow. It was like 60 by 90. Whatever. It's just a little over a tenth of an acre. Had an opportunity to buy that piece of land out there for under $3,000. Bought it. And now I'm getting offers for 6 times what I paid for it. I'm not gonna sell it. Bridget and I want to build like a little 2-story place out there one day. But so if you can get involved, contact a guy like Robert Lindemann, HITTSS Solutions Realty. They're gonna guide you on the straight and narrow path, teach you the right ways to do things.
Correct.
Online at HITTS.com, HITTS.com.
Correct. Yeah, we'll bring you home.
Yeah, we bring you home. What did we say? What was the other one? What was the other one earlier? It was something to do with
Rob the realtor.
No, there was what was it? It was like swing for the home. I don't remember what it was. Well, we had a commercial here that we just wrote for you on the show that we just said. Like knock it out of the park with Robert Lindemann, HITTSS Realty.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, anyways, we're slowing down. Let's pick it back up a notch here. When it gets to be like this on the show, by the way, it's 8:04, so here's your official get to work.
That's what I was talking about. You need little sound effects like that.
There you go, man.
You have it.
By the way, if you're supposed to be at work at 8 a.m. this morning, you are late. You're probably fired. So just a heads up. It's 8:04. If you're supposed to be there at 8, what time do you got to go in, Abby?
I get there at 8:30.
Okay, well, we better hurry up.
I get there at 8:30.
Well, we better wrap this up because I don't want Justin J. Killa firing Abby today.
Oh, no.
But if you're running late, don't go in empty-handed. Stop and buy some breakfast tacos.
That's right.
And you have an excuse why
That
you're
is
late.
very true. Justin loves his breakfast tacos.
See?
Bring them in. Robert, before we go, a couple of other final things here. Yeah, the home run realtor. Kyle said it there. Before we go, wanted to give you an opportunity to talk a little bit about FCA, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. I know we're talking about a lot today, but there's so many things that you're involved in, so important to highlight them. But the FCA, an incredible organization, making an impact on young people throughout this community and literally all over the United States and even the world now. Let us know a little bit about your role as the ambassador of FCA. You're wearing your New Waverly maroon FCA shirt today.
Yes, I wore it on purpose since we are going to be on Football Friday tomorrow and New Waverly is maroon and white. So, yes, FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes. We go into the junior highs and high schools and colleges and help the athletes, not just athletes. I know it says Fellowship of Christian Athletes, but it's all students, anybody that will listen, to help them develop a relationship with Jesus Christ. I've lived life with Jesus and without Jesus, and it's a lot better with Jesus. So, and that's what we encourage with the kids. So when they come out for baseball lessons, they get a little bit of Jesus too. I have all my FCA banners from past years because every year FCA has a theme. This year it's greater, which means that we need to have God greater in our lives. So, anyway.
And FCA, is making an inroad here in the local community, involved with Huntsville High School now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, also at the university. Let us know a little bit more about just, some of the great things happening between different schools and kind of how that process works, Robert.
Okay, we're at Alpha Omega. We call them huddles, where groups of kids get together, with a coach or a sponsor, and they do a Bible study. So at Alpha Omega, we're at Mance Park, Huntsville High School, and then at Sam Houston. And then we're in other cities as well, but we're just concentrating. We're in New Waverly as well, but right now we're in Huntsville. So talking about Huntsville.
It's good stuff. The ambassador here of FCA, Robert Lindemann, and I'm excited to be able to help promote FCA and all the good that's happening throughout our student athletes here. And, you know, we were talking earlier, Abby, obviously you've heard of FCA. It's well known. It's an organization that is making an impact and not just high schools, but the collegiate level, and young people really hearing a message that they need to hear, a message of hope and encouragement, a message that, you know what, you don't have to live in this life anymore. You can find true happiness and joy through all that you do in a relationship with Jesus. So, man, I think it's incredible what FCA does, and we're always going to promote FCA on this show and always promote what you're doing, Robert, and a good work, because we stand firm on that. This show is all about inspiration. It's all about lifting up our community, and FCA is a big part of that.
Yes.
So how can folks, which one is it? It's the FCA Piney Woods?
Piney Woods West. FCA.
Okay.
PWWFCA.org.
PWWFCA.org. And I know Angela Volish also very active. Is she like the the director?
Yes.
Regional director? Area director?
Area director.
Area director of FCA. We're going to have to get her and you back on here sometime to go in depth with FCA.
Yes. And also I want to mention Josh Smith. He's our college. He's not an ambassador. He's got a different title. But anyway, he's involved there. Then Coach Norris at Alpha Omega is part of our staff as well.
Yeah, Coach is awesome. And I know y'all started having the coaches' breakfast.
Yes.
Was that an FCA-sponsored event?
Yes.
Is that still going on?
We're starting them. We took a break during the summer. We're starting them back up, I think, next Thursday. What's that going to be? The 7th?
Okay.
At Second Baptist at 6:30 in the morning. And
Perfect.
I expect to see you there before you come on the show.
See, how about that, Abby? That's what Huntsville is all about, is you're voluntold what to do.
Right, right.
All right, Abby, you are going to be by the way, Abby doesn't know this, and Robert, thanks for all that information. Do you mind hanging out with us while we make this phone call, Robert, and wrap up the show with us?
Yes.
Abby, you are going to be our phone call person today.
Awesome.
All right, on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. Granny Mary's Asian Cajun Cuisine text line. It's never the last number you'll call. Abby, you are going to be the phone person. I don't even know what you call it. Maybe like the speaker. So this number's going to ring, and then you're just going to talk. You're just going to say, hey, what's going on? We're going to kind of like lead this person on, make them not realize what's going on, and then we're going to drop a bombshell on them and tell them that they won. Okay, does that sound good?
Perfect.
And we'll join in. We'll help you through it.
Okay,
all right?
good.
All right, here we go. This is our winner. The randomizer has picked. The thing is, if this person right now is listening, they're already going to know what's going to happen, so they're going to understand. Here we go. Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. Here's our winner.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing?
I am doing good.
Good. That's so good to hear. How's your morning going? Have you done anything exciting?
Not really. Just took my kids.
Ask her about her car warranty.
How's your car warranty doing?
I don't have a car. My husband does, but I don't.
Okay, good. How's his car warranty doing?
Pretty good.
Perfect.
You already know this is a joke. Who are we speaking with this morning? Good job, Abby.
Thank you.
This is Thea.
Thea? Thea, what's your last name again?
Mark Gomez.
Okay. Well, Thea, have you texted in before to win?
Yes, I have, but I've never won.
Well, guess what? You have won today. You knew that it was us right when we called, right? Were you still listening to the show?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, no.
So see, we go. What grade would you give Abby on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being, not that great, 10 being awesome. What would you give her for her phone call with you?
I guess a 10.
Oh, all right.
That's overly
Abby got
generous.
a 10. All right, here we go. Well, congratulations. You are a winner today, Thea. Are you how long have you been in Huntsville?
About 5 years.
Where'd you move from?
Denton, Texas.
Denton, Texas. All right. Yeah, I had some family up. That's near the Dallas area, North Texas. Denton, Texas, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. Well, if you're not already, now you're going to be a Huntsville Hornet fan, because we have a really awesome Huntsville Hornet breadboard there. Robert's got this one. It's a Huntsville Hornet logoed breadboard courtesy of Jamie Saucier with Saucier Woodworks. I'm going to throw in a T-shirt. I'm also going to throw in a little goodie bag for you, Thea, as well. How does that sound?
Sounds awesome.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for texting to win. Before we let you go, we always ask, what are you most thankful for about Huntsville, Texas?
My church.
Your church family. Awesome. I think I heard that. You were cutting out a little bit. Your church family, is that what I heard?
Yes.
Awesome. Where do you go to church at?
Covenant Fellowship.
Oh, we had those guys on. Did you watch the episode?
Yes, I did.
Awesome. All right. Well, we had them on here just last week. In fact, last Thursday we had Covenant Fellowship on. So, well, there you go. Thea, congratulations. Thanks for winning. And go out there, make a difference. You already are. I know you are. And have a blessed day, all right?
Thank you. You too.
All right. There we go. See, that's so much fun. You
That
did
is
good,
fun.
Abby.
Thank you.
Yes.
Abby did all right. We'll give her a little round of applause here. So, there you go.
Oh, thank you. I like that.
Sounds like rain with people screaming.
It slightly does.
All right. Well, we've had too much fun on the show today. We appreciate everybody for joining us. It's been a fun one here, and a lot of great friends. Bridget was joining, my beautiful bride. Love you, sweetheart. Good morning to you. And also Brittany Wright joining us this morning as well. And I did not have a chance to head over to the Huntsville, Texas news and events group. See, Bridget said hello, and then she just requested $60 from me, so that's what it was, I love you, sweetheart. So, good morning to you. My dad also joining in this morning from Temple, Texas, saying hello, son. Love you, Dad, and good to hear from you this morning. Today, hey, Petey Pablo. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know Petey Pablo? None of y'all know Petey Pablo? I think it's North Carolina, actually. There's a song, North Carolina, come on and raise up. Spin your shirt around your head like a helicopter. Petey Pablo!
No.
Oh, no.
Anyways, I think it was North Carolina, but if you're from South Carolina, today is your day. It's National South Carolina Day. So, we don't want South Carolina to feel. Oh, it's also National Diatomaceous Earth Day today.
Wow.
Do you know what diatomaceous earth is?
No.
It's a rock called diatomaceous earth. This is so dumb that I know this. We had a flea problem years ago at my house in Georgetown in the backyard. And we had dogs. I want to spray a bunch of a bunch of chemicals. Because I didn't know of any natural, I wanted to find a natural way to get rid of the fleas, right? And so I started getting on YouTube because, everybody can become know knowledge of everything on YouTube. Not really. But I got on YouTube, and this guy said, buy this stuff called diatomaceous earth. And they even have what's called food-grade diatomaceous. Abby's looking at me like, what are you talking about,
like,
dude?
what?
Mm-hmm. So fleas have an exoskeleton. They wear their skeletons on the outside. That'd be like us, but our bones are on the outside. Thank God they're on the inside.
Right.
Well, fleas, apparently, are, exoskeleton. The diatomaceous earth, you just pour it all over your backyard. It looked like it snowed in my backyard. I poured it everywhere. It was cheap. I got it on Amazon, bags of it. Poured it all over, and what it does, it dries out the organism. So it dries out the flea. Killed all of them. Killed every one of them. Never had a flea problem again, thanks to diatomaceous earth. Diatomaceous earth. You never know what you're going to get on this show, talking about flea problems and diatomaceous earth.
Right.
But we lift you up. Also, it's National Trail Mix Day.
Oh.
Well, let's get on the trail, put up a tent, and eat some trail mix. Come on. Do you like trail mix, Abby?
I love it. Yeah.
Robert?
Yes.
Trail mix kind of guy. Boy, that looks like some real,
That's high class trail mix.
I was about to say that's that.
Yes.
What kind of trail mix do you have? I have I bought mine at some fancy store.
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
You got yours at Target. Yeah, so there's your Trader Joe's trail mix today. Ooh, National Matchmaker Day today. So National Matchmaker Day. Oh, it's also National Eat Outside Day today. So why don't you just get your little basket and you just pack up a picnic? You just go right out there and eat outside today. It's National Eat Your Food Outside Day today. Robert Lindemann.
Your trail mix.
Your trail mix.
Trail mix.
Mm-hmm. And a very important one. I know that we joke around, but we do get serious, and especially topics like this today is International Overdose Awareness Day. And I've known a lot of folks. I've known several that have passed away from overdosing. And I do want to say this, and this ties into a good friend of mine, Joshua Harris. Maybe today you know somebody who's suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. Friends, I want to encourage you. There's light at the end of the tunnel. That light can be found through a good program that my friend has called the Oak Ridge Disciple House. They also sponsor New Waverly football this year as well, located in Central Texas. But Joshua Harris, they quite literally take people from all over the world. They only allow 11 guys at a time in their facility. It's a 6-month to a year-long Christian character building ministry program. A success rate, Robert, of over 90%. And that is an industry that usually only 5 to 10% are successful. And so today, if you know of somebody that is suffering, we don't want them to be a casualty of overdose. There's a way out of that addiction. And again, Joshua Harris of the Oak Ridge Disciple House can help out. Go online. In lieu of this day, of National Overdose Awareness Day, go online to the Oak Ridge Disciple House, online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. We don't ever want to hear of anybody else overdosing, and guys like Joshua Harris can help out with that. So I know we have fun and we get serious, and we do want to make sure that we highlight things that need to be highlighted, of course, as we lift up our community and celebrate all things good happening. Someone here had said, so excited for next Tuesday. This is from Madison Brown for next Tuesday. Maybe someone's on the show next Tuesday, and I just don't realize it. It is. It is. Chris Brown joining us next week. So we appreciate that. We're going to have them as a guest on the show. I apologize. Duh. I know who it is. It's Chris Brown of Jump Around Moonwalks coming on the show next week.
There you go.
And I was sitting there thinking, wait a minute. Who's about it? Duh. I know who it is. So Chris Brown will be joining us next Tuesday. But we'll have guests tomorrow. Tammy Noakes joining us tomorrow from McGillberry Mechanical Heating and Cooling. She is working with an organization helping homeless students here and homeless young people in our community.
Oh.
You know, when you hear the word homeless, you think, I don't see any homeless children out on the street. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're living on the street. It could mean that you don't have a place to call your own home. You're sleeping on a friend's couch. And there's that situation happening. Yes, it is, right here in our community. Tammy's going to bring some awareness to that and how they're helping out tomorrow. So, Abby, before we go, what did you enjoy most about the show today?
I most definitely enjoyed the positive vibes. I think it kicked my morning off to an amazing start. Everything is so positive. Everybody was so positive. Happy to be here this morning. It was great. It was very beautiful.
Robert, thanks for being on. What are you most thankful about Huntsville, Texas? Huntsville, Texas.
Abby said it earlier. It's where they make you feel at home or family. So everybody's friendly here. So the place is big enough to get whatever you want, but small enough to feel like you're at home.
That's right. Friends, get out there and make a difference today. If you haven't already, by the way, look, Nick didn't pay me for this. Get on Amazon right now. Go purchase this book. You Can Live the Dream. Nick Nilsson, associate pastor down in Houston, Texas, a great man. We had him on the show a few weeks ago. This book, by the way, just launched it, and it is already in the USA Today bestsellers list. Wow. And so get on Amazon, buy the book, You Can Live the Dream. And here's the thing. Right now, you may not feel like you're living the dream, but you are. You have to have the attitude that right now you're living the dream. Always stay focused that the best is yet to come. Don't lose sight of the ultimate prize. Remain in faith, and all things work together for good.
Amen.
So that is it today. We're going to wrap it up. Abby, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Coach, good to see you.
Same here.
Old diamond in the rough over here. Robert Lindemann, Diamond Bob, joining us.
Diamond Bob.
So, Rob the Realtor, knock it out of the park with Robert Lindemann on your next real estate investment. So
Thank you.
Take care of him.
Thank you for asking me to be here.
You bet, man. Appreciate FCA and all the work that they do, and also HITTSS Solutions. Big thank you, as always, to our friends at the Color Bar. Justin, thanks for allowing Abby to come in. We'll have you back, Abby. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. I loved it. It was really great.
Wait, now you got to go to work. Aren't you in school right now, too, though?
Yes, I have school at 12, and I have work at 3. It's a hectic day today.
She's going to have to stop by Breakfast Tacos if you don't let her out of here.
Yeah, so that'll wrap it up. We'll be back at it again to close out your week tomorrow. Again, Tammy Noakes, McGillberry Mechanical Heating and Cooling, joining us to talk about a very important issue happening right here in our own community. So make sure that you tune back in 7 a.m. tomorrow. If you haven't, go to spiritradio.fm, download the app. And when this show is over, you're going to hear encouraging, inspiring, and uplifting music and messages. Our friends focus on the family, providing content as well. And a good friend of mine, Jerry Schimmel, the voice of the Colorado Rockies, has a new show called Amazing Americans that we are airing right on Spirit Radio FM. Well, it's more information that's going to inspire and lift you up as you learn not only about our community, but everything happening around. Friends, as I end every show, reminding you this morning, we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Until next time, good morning. God bless Huntsville. We'll see you later.
Good morning.
Good morning.